Hikaru Nakamura is one of the top 10 highest-rated chess players in history. With a peak rating of 2,816 and 5 U.S. chess champion titles to his name, he is one of the fastest and deadliest chess players in the world, winning almost every game that he plays. But what happens when he plays against the very man who taught him the game of chess? Meet Hikaru's stepfather, Sunil Weeramantry, who became a chess master at the age of 15. Born in Sri Lanka, he represented his country 3 separate times at the Chess Olympiad and has won 2 New York State Chess Championships.
Hey, that's pretty good.
While his peak rating of 2,325 seems low in comparison, he is a world-renowned chess trainer who taught Hikaru everything he knows.
I am your father.
Upon starting the game, Sunil moved his pawn to e4, to which Hikaru quickly responded with c5, having only 1 minute on his timer. With knight c3 and pawn a6, the game develops into the closed Sicilian defense, Sunil's most played opening. After developing their starting pieces, Hikaru draws first blood, trading pawns on the d4 square. Hikaru follows up with e6, hoping to catch white's king off guard on the h4 diagonal line. But Sunil cleverly plays bishop e2, giving his king room to maneuver. But Hikaru has already set up his first trap. Moving b4, he puts a direct threat on the c3 knight while also having a free pawn on e4 he can take with his b-file bishop. Sunil chooses to protect his knight and sacks the pawn, putting Hikaru up a piece. Sunil stops the bleeding with bishop f3. However, Hikaru is playing an aggressive front. Playing knight f6, he indicates he wants as many early trades as possible. The bishops are exchanged on e4, and Sunil brings his queen to f3, solidifying his front line. As Hikaru moves d5, imposing a strong structure on white's center position. Sunil needs to reinforce his queenside pawn structures by stopping black's b-file pawn. Unfortunately, he makes a big mistake. By playing c3, he allows Hikaru to control the position. When black's queen takes the a5 square, Hikaru is now pressuring Sunil's knight and supporting his b-file pawn. Hikaru uses the opportunity to claim another free pawn and advance his board position. Sunil is now in a tough spot and takes the opportunity to castle before Hikaru could play pawn c2, putting him in check. Hikaru decides to castle as well, and after a few more moves are played, Sunil responds with a brilliant play. Moving his knight to b6, he creates a beautiful fork on Hikaru's back rank rooks. However, Hikaru continues to cause havoc on his stepfather's back rank, attacking the vulnerable d2 square, giving Sunil no option but to trade his bishop for white's knight. Sunil now has a chance to use the fork he's created. After trading his rook on c6, he takes black's a8 rook. While this trade narrowed the material gap, this would be another huge mistake, as Sunil inadvertently pinned his own knight to the corner, leaving his queenside structures undefended. Hikaru, with less than 40 seconds left on his timer, immediately pushes his advantage, taking another free white pawn with his queen. Sunil only has one hope: to somehow get his queen to the 8th rank, exposing a potential corridor mate on black's king. He plays knight f4, trying to open a lane for his queen. Unfortunately for Sunil, Hikaru is zeroed in on white's king. After playing queen c1, he forces Sunil to trade his remaining rook. While Sunil was able to obtain Hikaru's queen in this trade, unfortunately Hikaru still has his d2 pawn with an open lane. Knowing that Hikaru will promote the d-file pawn, and with his king confined to the corner, Sunil turns his king over, forfeiting the match. The father-son duo shake hands, proving that the student can become the master.